I don't like that new Discord sound.
I don't like the Halloween sounds. The Halloween sounds make me angry.
Boo.
Woo.
Is that? Yeah, that's not great for me. Rosa, it's actually kind of been a minute since we recorded.
It has been. That has been, folks. There's a situation with the bat. It turns out that Jordan, in an act of defiance to God and common sense, ate the bat after being bitten by it. So
it's been an ongoing medical emergency for me. I'm not gonna lie.
COVID.
I don't regret it, and I would do it again.
COVID-25 is here. I like the bat eating thing. That's always been very funny to me. Because people, that entire year of discourse was hilarious because it was like people saying it leaked from a lab, and then people would say to them, "No, you're racist. A Chinese guy ate a bat."
You said eating the bat, and I thought you were talking about the bat that flew into me that I had to get a rabies shot for.
Yeah. Except
okay.
It was,
okay. And then I was like, okay, but wait, is this an Ozzy Osbourne riff? I completely forgot about the fact that there was an entire conspiracy related to the eating of bats. That is, shocking amount of touchstones having to do with the consumption of bats in society.
Yeah, I talked to a friend who worked at the CDC, and they're 50-50 split between the bat and the lab leak, which is very funny to me.
Yeah, how are the Rothschild insiders doing over at the CDC these days?
They're doing great. Business is good, as you know. Business is great. We're getting big returns off of the mRNA. I'd like to thank Cousin Vile for helping me out with that. Cousin Vile. What's so fucking funny? That's a traditional Ashkenazi name, and you're.
I know it's just the cousin part is just funny to me. Today
Kanye West is an awesome musician. I agree. I love that guy.
Today we are joined for our vaguely, I'll just say our stupid ramblings by Amanda Moore, undercover journalist extraordinaire, probably best known for being one of the experts that people like to talk to whenever there's anything about groypers or just kind of the Nazi incels running the government right now. How are you doing, Amanda?
I think I've been better, honestly. How about you?
I feel almost everybody kind of feels that way. Like, I don't remember the last time I asked somebody, "Hey, how are you?" And they were like, "Oh gosh, I'm doing great."
Oh, I feel powerful. I feel great.
Well, okay, you have like a good job. And
no, because I sold gold and I bought bonds, and then the stock market crashed the next day.
Yeah, I've been.
Gotta subscribe to updates from Trump's True Social so you know when to put all your money in crypto and then pull it back out.
No, you gotta subscribe to updates from Cousin Vile, dude. Like you gotta be in that loop.
You need that real inside track. You need that real
insider information that Trump gets. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be two steps ahead.
That Jared Kushner line.
Yeah. That's how you trade options.
So, Amanda, we were just talking before the show about how you've been called up a lot to talk about. There's been a bit of kerfuffle recently, as there is wont to do in our modern times, about a young Republican group chat that was leaked. And I think for me, the less surprising part was that there are a bunch of groypers in the young Republican movement. The more surprising part was the vice president's insistence that everybody who took part in it is just a little guy, and is in fact just a little dude, and they're just kids.
Yeah, they're basically babies. I mean, honestly, just 30, 40-year-old tiny babies.
And you guys are all just beating down on their futures. Like they have 401ks and dreams, and you're beating them down.
Yeah.
You're getting the
And
white man all down. It's messed up. I don't like it.
So
some of them are Italian. They're not all white. Okay?
That's
Oh,
true. Actually,
that is
the
true.
Dago Menace is present in those Republican group chats, and folks, I won't stand for it. I'm on your side now.
The funniest part to me is the Politico piece did such a they did everybody they could find pictures of so dirty. Because all of the pictures are just the largest 40-year-old sons that they could possibly find of every like upper middle class, upper crust country club Republican on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah, it was art. It was a piece of art, I think.
It really was. I had to, so I streamed reading through the piece, and every time a new picture of one of them popped up, it was like a jump scare. It was really just like, oh, he really just looks, they really just look like that. And then we'll make jokes about other people. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. Why not?
Yeah, it felt like going to like those used military like surplus stores. It felt like going to one of those, and I like those. Those are neat. That's a cool place to be, but like lot of people fucking up the vibe and the vibrations and the floorboards, if you know what I mean. Like,
oh, I know exactly what you mean.
I know, yeah, you know what I mean.
Near me.
That's a bro fist.
Bump it.
Bang.
One of the things that really annoys me about the whole thing, though, is because, J.D. Vance was one of the largest voices coming out being like, yeah, we don't need to ruin people's, reputations over this. It's just guy talk, all that bullshit. And he says this so a couple things. The Charlie Kirk podcast, notably, important factor there is no longer present with us, and they still just keep the podcast name. Yeah, rest in pasta to
that's
to
a good IP. You don't want to remove the IP. They put a lot of work into that intellectual property for brand recognizability. I think it's of course they're gonna continue to use his name on one day. He's a brand, and that, let me tell you, like, that IP has gone way up in value after he got slimed out by my guys. You know?
Is, yeah. The stock value of you're absolutely right. I'm a fool for, again, this is you have the knowledge of stocks. I don't.
I'm the Jewish comedian / business consultant here. That's my job.
The thing that I think bugs me more than that, though, is the JD Vance is so intent, probably more than any other disgusting violation of the social contract under the Trump admin, I think, is JD Vance's insistence on being visible, on people knowing who he is, because that's not what a vice president is supposed to do. And he just won't stop trying to be a fucking influencer.
I just don't like that he's fucking ugly. I don't like looking at him,
I'm very tired of looking at his face. I'm very tired of looking at his weird, squinty Bob's Big Boy grimace. Like, it bugs the hell out of me.
One of those leftoids who's like, neither party is good. It's because they're both fucking ugly. They keep running uggos in the election, you know what I mean? Like, I can't vote for that. I don't know what the downstream effects would be.
I mean, it's people like JD Vance getting elected.
Yeah, it's disgraceful. Like, we used to be a real country. We had a guy with like horse and slave teeth and a walnut as a president. And he was a hottie. He was a hottie. He was the moment. Everybody was wearing George Washington teeth. We
used to have presidents with real hogs. We used to have presidents whose nicknames were Jumbo.
Yeah.
This administration, no hogs.
Yeah, because like we really need a real fat fuck president. Because Trump isn't cutting it. We need another president who needs his own custom bathtub because he's too fat to fit in a normal one.
Well, the thing with Trump is that he is reaching that elderly stage where he's just starting to wither. Like he's not getting necessarily thinner, but there's parts of him that are wasting away. So he has this like the fat is just starting to hang from his bones, like you stapled Jello to a skeleton.
Because he was a big boned fella, and I think that's where his power came from. And you really see it diminishing over time.
And then you see it in like I think the other thing is I think Baron is like a Highlander. He is sucking that big boned essence from his father.
Mhm. I
Like you
I
see
have
a
a lot
picture
of
of Baron.
hope
He's
for
like
Baron.
he
Yeah.
he just looks like the whatever. I don't. They did the Wolverine surgery on Baron, but instead of putting adamantium in, they put in one of those Home Depot 13 feet tall skeletons.
I feel like he's gonna be like an Edward Mosley type figure, where he's like really reactionary but kind of aristocratic with it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
And we
very
haven't
much.
had
There was
that.
the
We haven't had that in American politics before, really. So
yeah, sure.
it's something new. It's something different. You know.
I mean, they're already making the White House into fucking Versailles. Might as well add a
Dude,
little aristocracy.
Okay, genuine question. Why do people care about the White House ballroom thing?
Okay, so there are two reasons I see to care about it. One of them I don't actually care about. One of them is that it's trampling on the standards and norms, and this is it is the liberal sacrilege of our great national institutions. The other half of it is that SNAP benefits are running out soon, and you're spending 200 million, no, more than 200 million now on the ballroom, and I think
true.
that is the
That's
one
a
that
valid
people,
reason. Except then those people are like mad that we cut NASA, some funding in NASA and shit. So it's like I don't get it. It's weird. You're a journalist. What's your take on this, Amanda?
Well, I have a conspiracy theory about this actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
I mean, I think it's bad. I do think the destruction of the White House is bad, and I think that like taking private funds, because it's not his funds, right? Like it's the same as like all the America 250 stuff, where it's like basically pay to play. But you notice he starts destroying the White House on Monday, and on Tuesday he's like, I'm actually going to sue the Justice Department for about as much as this shit's going to cost.
That's fire. He's single-handedly destroying the government. This is like, he's part of the real movement. Donald works for us, you know?
Comrade Donald, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's organically emergent communism within the White House, you know? He's
oh my god, the real storm was deep state Marxism all along.
The real storm was the power of the sun, is what it was. The mankind and the sun working in harmony under communism was the real storm. Speaking of conspiracy theories, did you see the leaked text messages between Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens before young Shlomo took him out back? Like,
I've been
what's the deal with that?
I've been putting as much mental effort into keeping track of. But all right, I am filing Candace Owens in the same bin I file Tucker Carlson, where every couple of months. Definitely. Controlled opposition. No, every couple of months I will look into what they're doing just to kind of laugh. Recently, Tucker Carlson did a 2-hour stream on his podcast with somebody where they just talked about like machine elves and demonic possession in Silicon Valley.
True.
Like, okay, here's the thing. It's that thing where it's like half of the time I'm like, yeah, no, you're on the right track. And then he'll be like,
he's smoking
which is
DMT at fire.
Oh, God.
Shout out. I'd smoke DMT with Tucker, dude. I want to hear his little dialogue of the other in his head, you know?
I do want to. I want to know what Tucker's machine elves
because like wherever like that mask slips, it's hilarious. Because like he had the clip where he's like, prostitutes aren't even white anymore. They used to be white, but now they're not. What's going on?
The thing I think is funniest about Tucker is that he spent so long crafting that Fox News in front of the camera persona that he literally cannot let go of it in his speaking cadence. Like anytime you hear him talk, it sounds like he is just reading headlines. And until in his psychotic way, he breaks off into that high-pitched Joker laugh he has.
Yeah. Like, he comes home to his wife getting fucked by another man in the bed. Oh my god! Oh my god! Amanda, what are you doing? Who is he? Who is he? What is going on?
Needs more like a staccato. Who is he? What is going on here?
What is going on? Why is this happening?
You have to make some kind of allusion to like the vague notion of things that used to be this way. He needs to be like, well, in this country, we didn't used to have people coming over to fuck your wife. And now you come home and somebody's fucking your wife.
In
and
this
then he goes,
country,
ha, ha, ha.
His psychotic
in
laugh.
the good old days,
Oh, it's so good.
if there was interracial cucking happening, you used to be able to watch. Now,
Not anymore.
you have to walk into it in abject horror. What's going on? Why is his penis bigger than mine? I have the
It doesn't
biggest
make sense.
penis in the world. You can look it up.
I want to go back really quick to the, as we are wont to do, we have strayed off topic and away from God's light once more. Amanda, what was your initial reaction to the Politico group chat and this, like, just because it was kind of anything, the only thing anybody was talking about for a day or two before, something else subsumed it. And there was a lot of like, hand wringing, I feel, about like, I can't, this is, it's unconscionable. This is unprecedented. Whereas when I saw it, my first reaction was like, yeah, like I'm sure that's what, a lot of private group chats involving a lot of these dorks look like.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see the article at first. I was actually in the airport, considering leaving the airport. And hunting down ICE was like tear gassing a bunch of people 40 minutes away. So I was a little distracted. But I was getting messages from young Republicans who were sending it to me and like giving commentary on it. And so I finally read it. And like, I mean, my reaction was more like theirs, right? And more like yours, where it's just like, yeah, this is like normal. And I kind of was surprised, I guess, that it was such a big deal, given who the players were, right? Because none of them are really, I mean, I know some of them had positions, but like for the most part, it's not like it's anybody anyone ever heard of before, right?
Yeah.
No, it's like staffers and people who are like bit players, and it's who you would expect to be the groypers, the foot soldiers of like the next generation of the conservative political movement.
A lot of what they were getting like caught up on in that article was kind of stupid. I mean, there are some things that are very revealing, but do I think that these people want another Holocaust? No, not really. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, or at least if they do, that
well,
is
some
not...
of them do. Like, I believe that some of them do. Except it was just a lot of weird conflations going on in the article.
It was this. And Amanda, I kind of want you to speak to that and how this kind of joking. And I went over it on stream and I was like, this is just how people talk in those spaces. Like, yes, it blurs that line between like joking and what they actually, it's the shit Nick Fuentes does all the time, where it's like, I'm joking, but actually not. And I think people put too much emphasis on them being serious about literally everything they say, when we've had journalists covering this stuff in depth, like you have for a decade plus at this point. And I feel like people should be acclimated to the idea that, like, no, the sentiment of, wielding this hate against groups and focusing power against people they don't like, that is real, but they are still, they see this as jokes.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because, like from an editorial perspective, like Hitler stuff will do well. Like if you want people to read the article, like highlighting the Hitler stuff is going to be very helpful, or in my case, if you want to sell the article. But what's really, I mean, again, I don't have access to these chats. I know a lot of journalists have them. The people who are leaking them do not like me, so I will not have access to them. But what's really helpful with these chats usually is to go through them and look at like when there's disagreement, when someone's gone too far and people push back, like what is the response to that pushback? And like when there's like intellectual arguments about different ways to like do like absolutely heinous shit, that is what I think is like the most useful. Of course, it's not as like flashy as I Love Hitler or whatever. But like of course I can't say what's in those chats because I've not read them. Yeah. But I think that there's usually it's a lot of joking, and then underneath the joking, there's like serious discussions that happen, and the jokes are often based in reality. So it's difficult though because Hitler makes people read what you're writing.
Yeah, because it's like I'd be far more interested in like if they were talking about the particulars of what type of like Nazi or Nazi adjacent race science they believe in. That would be interesting. That would be telling. But like a lot of that shit in there is like, I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't say much, because I feel like you could, if you went out there and you looked for like left wing group chats, you could find similar
Oh yeah, for sure.
styles of jokes about any number of things. Obviously, a lot of them like making fun of like catastrophes that they ideologically support, where there's like there might be heinous beliefs being hidden behind jokes, but a lot of the time it is just jokes.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It's the Charlie Kirk just happened, and I think the other thing that really fucking was so frustrating to watch from afar was seeing people like JD Vance and fucking Matt Walsh be like, well, actually, these are obviously just sarcastic jokes, and they just spent fucking a month painting literal targets on. Like the vice president was just on the podcast being like, yeah, you should report people if you see them making jokes about this. And it's like, okay, well, fucking pick one. Is comedy legal or not?
Yeah. It's all very silly.
So, Amanda, I kind of wanted to also ask you, you brought up the ICE protests, and you have been covering those a lot kind of on the ground. Where has been kind of your beat? Have you been to Chicago, Portland, and how has that been going?
Yep, so I've done, DC, obviously I've followed ICE around for a month here. And I've been to Broadview. I was in Broadview for 3 weekends in a row, and then I spent last weekend in Portland. 3 very different experiences. Broadview, I probably will not go back to for quite some time, because they are no longer... So basically, at Broadview and in Portland, what you originally had was the ICE facility being protected by federal agents, primarily DHS, ICE, but also like ATF would be there, stuff like that. And so in Broadview, it was extremely violent. It was a disproportionate response to a degree of which I don't know that I've ever personally witnessed myself. And it was very bad. And then they now have the state police in charge of, they say, protecting the protesters, but the reality is, protecting the building. And so I think it's violent in a different way, but state police, not really my beat, so I don't really know what's going on now. And then Portland is like a clown show. Just every right-wing dipshit is right out there to do a live stream. And instigate, and it's nowhere near as violent as Broadview. It's very mild in comparison, but still there was a lot of tear gas last weekend. But it seems probably not good. In both cases, you've got ICE tear gassing the local police and shooting at the local police, and in some cities you have ICE actually shooting the local police, I guess, or U.S.
ICE
Marshals.
Works for us. That's why I'm saying, folks. That's what I'm saying. Stop the protests. ICE is doing our work for us. That's a joke. That's a joke. I am a comedian. Mr. JD Vance. I make some jokes that you might find very funny. So if you want to do anything, please keep me around as your like little Pagalishi court jester. I'll cry in the corner and then clown around for you, because that's my dream.
I think you have a good corner market on the Jew that makes Jewish jokes
yes.
under the Trump admin. Like you
never been
really,
done before. Never been done before.
You're
First one.
Breaking new ground. They'll be like, you know what? I'm going to keep this one around.
Yeah. No one has ever done this before.
The thing with the ICE protests that I find, because I was at the LA detention center in the week leading up to No Kings, and that was when it wasn't so much ICE at the time, because I think they were still doing deployments and they were kind of using the National Guard to stand in for the force that they wanted ICE to represent in LA. And it was more like when the quote unquote unrest was declared and it was instigated by police. It was the LAPD that were firing tear gas and firing rubber bullets at us and the protest line. But the thing that I repeatedly see now is it seems like that the forces of ICE, and they have gone to extravagant efforts to recruit as many as they can, but it seems like the forces of ICE have swelled to such a degree. like they really are trying to level them as this kind of militia.
Yeah, and it's interesting too to see the difference. Like, I agree, and obviously they're being given enough money to stockpile weapons to like take on the United States military or whatever. But I mean, the difference between Broadview and Portland was so stark that I think that if the ICE agents who were in Broadview got transferred to Portland, people would be killed within a day.
Jesus.
And it's interesting that and it seems now, it's in court, and you've got it coming out where it's like basically like, I don't want to say they were told to be more violent as a form of crowd control, but that seems to be the implication in Broadview, whereas that's not what's being done in Portland. It's interesting that there's like this lack of consistency across in how they're handling things, and so I think that's maybe good because it means they're not all collectively as a group prepared to like go to war against the American people. But they could certainly get there pretty fast, especially if they found more people like Greg Bovino, who's in charge of Customs and Border Protection in Chicago.
Yeah, another Italian. Just pointing that out.
Many
Just so
said you
everyone
gotta
knows.
look at, hey, follow the money. How many of these Italians are running the banks? And,
Folks, I'm gonna tell you something. It's not a Zog anymore. I wish it was. It's a dog. No. Okay? It's okay, and no one likes a dog. No one likes a dog.
Easy. No, that's not true. Lady looked up at me when I think she heard that through the speaker. You've hurt my dog's feelings now. So I wanted to talk about Portland because one of the big orbiters that I've seen for a couple years, I think has really gotten his big break using this, and it's been a real just like, yeah, that's how the right wing, the grift ecosystem works. Have you had any encounters with Nick Sortor?
I mean, not really. Like, I've seen him around, but we are not like speaking to each other or anything.
Good. He seems honestly interminable. Like he is. I watched a video he did, quote unquote, unmasking Antifa for Glenn Beck, where it was just basically, their regular conspiracy shit about like, oh, they were, the Soros buses busted these people, all that bullshit. But he really seems like the most cookie cutter, pedantic excuse for like you couldn't find a more basic bitch for, example of conservative journalism if you tried. Like just a void of charisma, willing to do almost anything for attention.
Well, one thing he's not willing to do for attention is actually get in the scrum. I mean, like, here's the thing.
That is also true.
And there's like right-wing journalists, including one of the guys who went to that White House roundtable, who actually like will get in and film what's going on. And like, great, fine. Like, they're gonna cut it later. They're gonna have a view that I don't share, and I think that they're making shit up a lot. But when it comes to being on the ground, actually like doing the work of recording and like not running away. And what's happening in Portland is that none of those people are there, and they are instead. So when the ICE facility is on this like weird little road, and it's a hill, it's a small hill, and so when they tear gas the protesters, tear gas, it doesn't really rise. So like it does, but like the higher up you go, the safer you are. So all of the right-wing people, or at least almost all of them, will run up the hill and record. So if you look at their footage, you can tell they're not in the shit. And like they're always recording from the exact same angle because they're going up to this little like median that's put up. And so they like can film down. And like one time on Saturday, I think that a lot of them did get gas because they used such a huge amount of tear gas. Apparently it was the most they've used there the entire time. And some of them got good because they don't have gas masks and goggles. Like it's fucking crazy. I can't imagine going to this shit without like a gas mask and goggles.
They thought Team Attack was turned off. That's the easy mistake to make. They were queued up with the ICE officers. They thought it was like the game Fortnite, which is another
no team
example
damage.
of video games rotting our children's brains. It's preposterous.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. And I noticed this in Broadview with News Nation, which used to be like a regular outlet and is now becoming this like a right-wing outlet. I mean, not to like be all over the place, but the chick in Broadview they had out there, I mean, like, I got hit. We all got hit. They were shooting non-lethals at us. Like, it is what it is. And she was like afraid. I mean, she was like telling her, she was running into people because she wasn't looking where she was going. She was just sprinting to get away from stuff. She was like obviously very scared. At one point she was telling her producer, like, I just don't want to get shot again. And it's like, well, fucking move, bitch. Get out of the fucking way.
I see why they call it broad view.
Yes.
I'm here all night. Hey.
Well, and do you think that's because so many, because the messaging steadfastly has been that Portland is a smoking crater of a war zone. It is just like overtaken by rabid radioactive cannibal people and needs to be crushed under the boot of the empire. But every picture, every video you see is of the fucking inflatable dancing frogs and all this dumb shit. Do you think that it's because they've bought, like, they know, or at least for places like Portland, they know that that's not really happening there. So when they go to a place, they expect it to be like this kind of softball, like they can just go and try and spin the story how they want.
Well, I mean,
instead of there actually being force.
Well, the Ravengers didn't go to Broadview. I mean, not when ICE was dealing with it. Like, News Nation is the only thing that was there, and that's because they're like an outlet. But I think that the chick they sent was so upset because, like, the right wing is not used to being treated this way by the state. And, like, I think it was just an eye-opening experience for her in that way. When it comes to Portland, I mean, like, there's still tear gas, and it doesn't really discriminate who it hits, even if you run up the hill, if there's too much of it. And I think what's happening there is, like, you would have to have a level of brain damage that I don't think you would be able to function in society to look at this and be like, that's Antifa throwing tear gas at DHS. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Well, this is why I need to reach across the aisle with you. With my new political party, it's called the People's Party of the Silent Majority, which we'll get to one of the candidates that I ran, and it worked poorly. But what we need is especially Republican influencers to take IQ tests. If they get under Xander Hall's IQ, they're not allowed to drive on public roads anymore. That's why I think.
One of these days, the Xander Hall smears are going to catch up to me in my channel. One of these days.
He got 97 on an IQ test with his chat's help.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. That's rough. So one of the things, do you think, because press, like when they wear a press badge and stuff, and one of the things I witnessed at, the LA ICE protest was that press are not exempt, and in many cases, especially, and it kind of varies by, police department or ICE, but like in many cases they do get targeted by police when, shit hits the fan, because, whoever can just claim like, oh, I thought they were whatever. Do you think that we're going to reach a point where right-wing press and left-wing press have to wear like red team, blue team vests so that people know that, oh no, that's a right-winger for the press?
I think anybody who agrees to do that as a propagandist, you shouldn't take them seriously or consume their content.
Oh yeah.
So that's my stance. I won't be doing that.
I will. You gotta wear. No. What you gotta do to stop getting tear gassed and to get the good behind the scenes interviews, is wear a big red vest that says "I Heart Whites" on it, so that way you can get behind the ICE lines, and then you get the real interesting interviews.
I mean, one of the things people, have been talking about a lot is that
like,
when
picture of a taco, big X through it, it says "No more Mexican food."
The one of the things people keep talking about is, you'll see the videos of just masked ICE agents dragging people out of their cars and all the Gestapo shit that's happening. And people keep talking about, like, we don't know, because they don't have badges, because they don't have ID numbers, they don't show their faces, we don't know who's actually ICE or not. How long do you think somebody tries before they try to like join an ICE line without being ICE? Because there have already been people who claim to be, they impersonate ICE officers or whatever. Like, do you think that is something that some dumbass is going to try at some point?
If it happens, I hope I'm there.
It's not going to happen. They're going to get caught immediately. They're going to try and join up, and then someone's going to say, "You're far too thin to be part of this group, buddy. Get out of here."
No, only big bacon burger eaters allowed.
Yeah, it's a burger caliphate. The right hasn't
kind
been
of crazy.
consumed by fascism. It has been consumed by burger caliphatism. I believe this. This is true. This is a programmatic error on the part of the left in terms of their rhetoric. What we're really fighting against are like burger style politics, That's the real enemy.
It's that video of the ICE agents chasing just like a teenager or something, and they get winded, and like one of them takes basically a pratfall, which you see on camera. Like he kind of like stumbles, and it looks like he just, if you haven't watched this video, it's great. Because he stops, he rolls, and then the other guy's like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" And he just like is sitting there already in resting position, like he's fucking lounging for a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. He's just like, "No, you go ahead. I'm just, oh damn, I twisted my ankle," and it's a joke. A lot of this shit.
Basketball. Holy.
Yeah, I cannot believe these burger boys are the Gestapo right now. It's
awesome.
Yeah. My friend John took that
It's another
video.
great insult. Oh, really?
Yeah, you know the one in Broadview, right, where the cops are chasing the guy? Okay,
Yep,
first of all, the guy they're chasing, I'll send you a video of him that I took. He's like old. He's like really old. We couldn't catch him. And while he's doing that, he was on the other side of the street, so he was able to chase those cops. Basically, Broadview, they opened up the gates, and two people didn't move, so they like went to arrest both, and they both ran. That was Robert that they were going after. And John was on the right side of the street to chase that. And then Ford Fisher and I were on the other side of the street. I think BG, Brendan on the scene, he was there too. And we just sprinted after the other guy who like tried to jump onto a car, but then kind of fell off. But he didn't make it as far. So like 8 cops get on top of him. And then like one is walking around like shooting pepper balls at us for recording. And like, meanwhile, John's over there just like getting to laugh at this dipshit. I'm like, I kind of wish I got in that instead of getting shot at. Much better, much more fun. But it is so good. I've watched that video probably 1,000 times.
I want to go back to, on the topic of being shot at. I was fortunate enough, the person who I was staying with, wonderful person, Lana B, who I stayed with when I was in LA and helped me with the protesting and everything, gave me a gas mask, new filters and everything. You are absolutely right. What a game changer. Because every other time I was at a protest was before I was covering it in a journalistic way, before I was, like recording or anything. I was just showing up to a protest. So when I got tear gassed, that was it. And yeah, I don't, like, everybody should have these. If the Soros battalion, if the Soros like grants and money was real, they would be handing these out from U-Hauls, like at protest sites.
Yeah, also it's like $60. I mean, it's like not even like prohibitively expensive for the large, vast.
Thanks, Israel. Yeah. It's just me. Okay.
I can't say thanks to Israel for anything right now.
I'm
Bad
not
will
a
get
big
all
Israel
over my
fan.
shit, even if I say it as a joke.
Oh
Bad
yeah,
Empanado will put out a fucking fatwa on me.
You got anti-zogged. That's crazy. You got reverse zogged.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It's, okay, here's the thing. Coming from Bad Empanada, it doesn't feel as consequential as if it was somebody I like actually respected. I feel like at this point getting targeted by him is just like a rite of passage if you are in any degree of political space.
He would do that to me because I'm a cutie pie angel, but maybe for you, maybe.
Yeah, no, definitely for me.
Yeah.
So Amanda, what are you working on right now, other than getting tear gassed, other than doing interviews about the groypers and incels?
I mean, I guess I'm really just monitoring what's going on in Portland because when they send the National Guard, I'll go back out. Working on a story about a crypto billionaire. Working on a story about a pedophile. Those are 2 different stories sometimes. I meant 2 different stories, but they also are one story.
That's great.
A pedophile J6er, I'll say that.
Wow.
Yeah,
they have
shocking.
those? I thought that they were on our side.
No, that's just he's the only one. This is all the pedophiles. They were the Antifa FBI agents that disrupted. Right. Yeah. Famously. So it's weird how my beat has gone from like obscure right-wing people to like just right-wing state violence. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good for your career.
Yeah, it's great for me, unless I get shot.
The whole Trump thing, that's a moneymaker. That's why I voted for him.
For me, thank you.
For your sake, yeah, for your bottom line. Because I was thinking, there's probably somebody I'm going to talk to in about a year who could benefit from this, and it all worked out.
Yeah, it's great, especially good since our economy is going to be worthless soon, and any money I make will also be
just keep
worthless.
Just get added to the group chats that Donald gets his information from, and then trade options a bunch, and you'll be fine.
True, that is true.
Yeah.
Swing trading crypto really was the way to make money a few months ago.
I wanted to also bring up, so the kind of news flavor of the week was, and you've alluded to it, Rosa, Graham Plotner.
Yep.
With you take it.
Okay, so Mussolini was a guy, everyone's heard of Mussolini. So Graham saw him, a picture of Adolf Hitler, a picture of Bernie Sanders on his desk. He says, these are all the same thing. I will do this. So he made his little campaign ad that like every shitty leftist YouTuber was soying out over, where he says Maine for Mainers, which sounds like a racial slur for people from Maine, first off, and secondly is literally just Europe for Europeans. He said Maine first. It's like all white people in this ad. He's talking about like the elite and the system, which is just Nazi shit. Like, the system was created as a term by the Nazis to describe the most vague populist rhetoric imaginable, because they could say that to the left of the party, and they would think that meant like their conceptualization of the bourgeoisie, and they could say it to the right of the party, and they would think it's the Jews or whatever. So it was just like old school Mussolini style bourgeois socialism. Everyone fell for it. Vosh did an interview with this guy, which is awesome and really cool, especially considering the fact they worked at fucking BlackRock. It's Blackwater. Known for doing nothing bad at an intersection ever. There was
arguably actually worse than BlackRock.
Far worse than BlackRock. I know those guys. Don't compare those two. Now, road rage incident ended very bad. If you don't know, I won't get into it, but this guy is like fucking Hitlerian. It turns out that he has a Totenkopf tattoo, and he's not a Death in June fan. I thought that would be the excuse he ran with. Clearly, I'm not on his PR team. That's an infallible excuse. But yeah, when he's in the military, he had his little Totenkopf tattoo. Bernie Sanders says, I love Hitler. I still endorse him because I love the policies of Adolf Hitler economically. And I like that they're fucking doing a Holocaust in Israel. Yay! So this shit happened. And today, he reveals that he got his Totenkopf, which is a symbol of the a SS Panzer division, if you didn't know, covered up with a neo-Nazi tattoo, where it's like Celtic runes and shit.
That's so good. That's so good. I didn't realize he get it.
Yeah, he's literally FDR. He is literally FDR Part 2. It's just esoteric Hitlerism in the United States again.
So it's the thing that I kind of recognized immediately about this situation was the way that he was, you mentioned this kind of populist sentiment and how he was pushed as like, it is the way even leftists will glom onto anybody who's perceived to be vaguely populist, but working class forward. The last time we all did this was Fetterman. And that worked out so great.
I mean, like AOC, that worked out so great. It's
just more this specifically this brand of like, hey, this is a white blue collar white guy
It's Southern.
who gets the working class issues, and it's just like you
It's
just
FDR
think.
type shit. It's
Well,
FDR
it's
type
like
shit because
they are
that's
saying
how
that everybody is just this dumb hick archetype, and that's what we need more of.
I mean, FDR was a big proponent of that, and people love to go on and on about how great FDR was, and then you read his letters about like Hitler and Mussolini, and you're like, oh, huh, that's that really is quite similar, huh? It's the same playbook, except the reason that Bertie lost is he failed to understand that that fascist playbook. Like if we had like if the DSA would just commit to being like this weirdo eco-fascist
Radical?
like vague populist. No, not radical. It's all bourgeois. It's aesthetically,
Aesthetically, yeah. No, I'm just
aesthetically
saying
radical,
if they actually committed to being radical.
no, because they're not going to achieve electoral success being like quote unquote left wing radicals. It always has to be this this compromising attitude.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
appealing to the pop. Yeah, okay. I
If
get what you're saying.
Bernie understood like this this fascist playbook, he could have a party independent of the Democrats with like a 90% majority. You know? Except he failed to, whereas this guy did. He understood like what this is, which is why it's not shocking to me that anybody who's very like committed to a more orthodox fascist point of view would find themselves within like the quote unquote left wing of the Democratic Party. That makes a lot of sense to me, but people weren't able. Like, Fireman's obviously very different. He's a lot less ideological, a lot more influenced by money.
Yeah.
But people are... It's very interesting, the reaction to this, because people are either ignoring it or being like, isn't that weird? When, from where I'm saying, it all feels very expected.
It really kind of proves what a actual, like, just quote-unquote regular, just a dude's dude he is, that when called out, his excuse seems fabricated from the script of classic just dude bro cinema, The Hangover 2. I didn't know what was happening, and I got a tattoo of it.
Yeah, and he would refer to it as his tone comp, apparently. Like, he knew what it was, obviously.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, when he was at the
it would have been
tune-in.
the best excuse would have been, I love Death in June, and then I was on Wikipedia one night, and I said, like, 261,000? That's so many people. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to get this tattoo removed immediately. Oh?
I don't know. I unfortunately right now, I don't know. Do you, Amanda, do you see this? Because people have been really pulling for this guy. Do you see this kind of thing like making enough waves to dislodge him or ruin his chances?
I hope so. I mean, this is what's weird. Like, I'm really on Twitter, and I know on Blue Sky, everybody's like, oh, being on Twitter really rots your brain. It makes you think this tattoo thing is okay. And I'm like, I don't have to think about it. Like, it's just not okay. It seems crazy to me that people are not on that same page. So I don't know. I can't predict. I don't know the left. I don't know what the fuck is going on the left.
Well, yeah. Well,
I don't know what a single Democrat is doing.
There is no left. There is no leftism. It's all...
I mean left, when I say left, I mean like the Democratic, whether that's the establishment, whether that's Trump.
Well, yeah,
no,
but
we're not just the establishment. Like any like influencer, any sphere, any podcast, like I'm not in tune with that culture. I'm not in tune with anything that's to the right or to the left of like Nazism. So like I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. I think it's crazy. People should stop jerking off to politicians. It's really weird. But other than that, you know.
Oh no, but people are gonna do like this is where the vote blue, no matter who gets you, it gets you like the options of Hitler and Mussolini, and they'll say,
yeah,
Mussolini is so much better on unions. And say what you want about the nationalism, but his racial policy is far more progressive, and he gave women the right to vote. You know, it's that's the natural fucking conclusion of it. And people act like that's crazy up until we're at this point where it's just like more orthodox fascists in the Democrat Party up against less principled fascists in the Republican Party.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know who this guy was other than one video I saw on Twitter like a month ago. And like, I just can't be bothered to care. Like, I would not die for this guy. I would not do anything for this guy. Like, cut him loose. Let's move on. Like, it's insane that this is an issue for anybody.
Yeah, but it's and like my favorite thing is that his Reddit account came to light before this, where he was saying that the reason that women get raped is because they dress too provocatively, and that black people don't tip.
Oh, that's so just what a
This
dude,
guy's-
what a guy.
This guy's a thinker. This guy's innovating, and like say what you want about the veracity of those claims, but these are new ideas.
Oh, this guy is my age. I thought he was like
I thought he was
15
older.
years. Yeah, he's 41. He's a little older than me. I thought he was in his 50s. I mean,
Damn.
that's his face, based on his face, I thought that. So
Yeah.
I really don't know what's going on. Like, just find somebody who's not 40 years old.
That's
who
what
hasn't-
one road. That's what one road rage incident at intersection in Iraq will do to you.
And you
I'll
know what?
age you
Still
up
the
quick.
worst fucking influencers out there are gonna be like, well, yeah, this is reaching across the aisle. This is finally the intellectual exposure we need to recapture the fabled, forgotten young white man online demographic.
Oh my
It's
god.
literally, it's just Mussolini shit. I can only repeat myself so many times, but that's all that this is. And we don't even have the cool aura farming of a D'Annunzio in the United States. You know what I mean? Because I'm bored. There's like 3 Marxists left. If we added D'Annunzio, I'd go march on Flame. I don't know. Just give me something.
So there was a moment, and I think about this all the fucking time. I really do. And Amanda, I asked you about this before we started because it is something I think about when I consider just like ideological compression or the kind of putting one's values aside for gratification. And when we were because we were both in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration, and being the shit show that it was, I think the second night I was there, we ended up just kind of camping out at a Republican event, trying to find like leads on where to go the next day. And I was just kind of tagging along to you, and we ended up just talking in the lobby, the hotel lobby, the bar of the Watergate Hotel. And it was a lot of fun. There was this, we ended up talking to, I think I remember 2 ladies who were there for something else and weren't there for the inauguration, but there was a party of people there who were. And do you remember the guy who walked over to us to say hi?
Yes, but do you remember why those 2 ladies were there? Or are you just not saying?
They
They bought tickets. They prepaid because they thought it would be a Harris inauguration.
Yep. I just remembered that when you said that.
Yep.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah.
Dude,
Pretty
I
brutal.
can't believe I'm still in just shock at the amount of people who thought that Kamala Harris would win. Like,
Can you imagine how funny it would be though right now? Like, I mean, shit's funny, but
it would be
could you
so
imagine
funny.
how funny?
Imagine how funny it would be if we had the same policies that are just as bad, except more in the background of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Isn't
you know
it?
what? You say what you want. At least we'd be able to go to brunch.
And at least we would have the most lethal fighting force in the world, and we would
Very
show
true.
those Arabs who's boss.
So we were
Who's
sitting there, and I
girl
think the
boss?
guy, girl boss, exactly.
Yeah.
I think the guy came over and like gave us pizza at first,
Yes.
and like used that as a way to talk us up. And because we were there until the bar
5
shut
a.m.
down.
Until 5 in the
Yeah.
morning.
And he bought us like several rounds of drinks, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say no to free drinks. But the thing that I think about most is because we had talked for hours and stuff, and there was one moment where what did he say? He said something about, in his drunken stupor, he was kind of like, oh, see, this is what people need to do more. They need to talk because I'm a hardcore, I'm a Trump conservative, and I didn't think I would be sitting here with a liberal and a tranny. And he said that to me, and it was just like the way it just flowed was like the most natural thing to him. And I was like, oh, okay, easy. Hold up, buddy. But then, not but a couple hours later, towards the end when everything was shutting down and we were, getting ready to, I was calling an Uber back to where I was staying because I wanted to get up in a couple hours and go hit the street again and get footage. He invites us both up to his room.
We declined, by the way, to the listeners.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I need to be clear.
Up there.
Yeah.
Let it be known that I got the ending of this story is very different in the pre-recording segment. Just so you're all aware.
That is absolutely not true.
This is editorialism and lying. This is lying to the audience on the Dead Domain channel.
Come
on, guys.
Not in a bajillion.
Dude, I love lying to your audience.
It was such a clear like I have never seen somebody. I have been a part of threesomes where people did not have to angle for them as hard as he was. Like he basically would have, if we had given him the chance, he basically would have put together a PowerPoint presentation to pitch us both on it. And I think about that all the time because it's so perfectly emblematic of like how people are willing to, the average person, how they are willing to set aside the ideological fortitude that many think they have for just really quick libidinal pleasure, or just the idea of it, the abstract notion of it.
I've been hearing guys like wearing MAGA hats a lot. It's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah,
I'm looking cunty every day.
You constantly tell me about how you get like catcalled and stuff in New York.
That's not impressive. That is just what happens. I got chased by a guy in a motorized wheelchair recently.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like getting in a race with a snail. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was just like some guy in a motorized wheelchair was like, come over here. He was like fucking following me. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I could just tip you over.
Are the streets in New York?
It's a PvP area outside of the movie theater I like to go to. Like, I like to go to this like very nice movie theater, but outside of it, it's just a PvP zone where every single time some bullshit happens.
There was a right-wing
I
streamer.
got asked to be a unicorn outside of that movie theater. Like, what the fuck are you on about?
There was a right-wing streamer in Portland who was telling me he got injured and had to file a police report because a woman in a wheelchair ran into him.
Well, yeah, I wasn't scared of the wheelchair.
Well, he was. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to pull up Yakety Sax on my phone, like every fiber of my being, or maybe the Benny Hill theme. So I'm not sure because some of those people, you don't know why they're in the wheelchair. They can get up. You know what I mean? You never know. Never know. But luckily for everyone wondering, I did get away. Thank you. But like, yeah. My favorite one was the like I had Democrat run city moment with a crackhead, who took his flaccid penis out from the top of his sweatpants at a gas station. He was like fucking hobbling towards me, like you know. I escaped. I love you. I love it. It's great. It's really cool.
New York, no place like it, baby.
Upstate New York, no place like it. It's like downstate, except there are less jobs here, and things are worse. And you think about it every day. You stare down the barrel of that fucking gun every morning.
New York is one of the only places that every time I hear or I talk to somebody from there, they give me a new thing that you absolutely have to do when you go to New York, as if it's the only place you can do it. Like going to a bodega. You gotta try this dollar pizza. You gotta, hey, if you go to New York, you gotta get a bacon, egg, and cheese. You gotta go into bodega, get a bacon, egg, and cheese. And I'm like, You're
talking a lot of shit from someone from what? Like a vault. You're talking a lot of shit for someone from one of the worst cities in the country.
Yeah, bumfuck Washington State.
Yeah, like you can't. Usually I'll take shit from people if you're like from a Chicago or a Pittsburgh, like a cool place to be. But like,
You'll take somebody from Chicago shit talking New York pizza?
no, I'm not gonna take that. I'll go fucking Jon Stewart on their ass, dude.
do like he did Tucker Carlson
See,
back in the day.
this is the benefit of having a Zillennial girlfriend, because I can make references that you would like.
That I would like?
Yeah, like a Jon Stewart reference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
Because
definitely
you're
in my
old.
wheelhouse.
Because you're old.
No, I'm an old head. Yeah, I remember when
you remember
Jon
the
Stewart-
Ford Model T? You remember the Benz motorized carriage from 1890?
Hell, just the deepest lore with you always.
Yeah, because that's before Mercedes and Benz merged. And
this is what happens. This is the fun part of having a co-host who's autistic in entirely different directions.
I'm gonna fucking get you, okay? I'm not autistic.
Okay.
I'm not autistic.
No, sorry, you're autistic.
Amanda, I'm gonna fucking show up at your house, okay? Amanda.
Oh, sorry, is that not technically? Do you identify as autistic?
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking cut out. Fucking. My can fell over. Look at what you made happen, Amanda.
Yes.
Do you think I'm autistic? What is your take? You're a journalist.
I'm not that kind of journalist.
You're a journalist.
You're a journalist, not a psychic. What?
No, you're a
Psychic?
Journalist. You should be able to tell me.
If I could just diagnose people, I would be.
You profile people for a career.
Yeah,
so
but I don't profile normal people.
I profile
She's not
people
fucking
for a career
mind
much
hunter.
differently. Okay, but am I autistic? Let me know in the comments down below. But
Yeah,
but
you
the
guys are
thing is
commenters that you should know.
yeah, except they're all fucking autistic. I read your fucking.
You know
comments.
what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the exact same thing that happened in my Matt Walsh video, where a bunch of people who were autistic were like, "Yo, I think Matt Walsh is autistic."
Yeah, no, because that's the thing with you. That's the other thing with you. If it was like a normal person telling me that I'm autistic, maybe there would be more validity there. Except autistic people love headcaning random people as being autistic.
Yeah. Hey, game recognizes game. Real recognizes real. What can I say? Do we
Would an
want
autistic person, would an autistic person have the wages of fear criterion?
Yes.
Autistic people don't have criterion collections. That's not something they do. Famously, they hate things.
Famously, they would never have
it's in my
Akira
nature
jacket.
to like things. It's very rude of you to bring her into this.
I'm sorry. I know that was a low blow. That was too far.
It's a very rude thing. It's a great jacket. It's a.
Do we want to do? So we're gonna do a quick outro. Then we'll cut off. Then we'll come back because I do want to talk about the pissed off lawyer.
That lawyer is pissed off, and Romani.
So Amanda, where can people find your work and all the stuff you're doing and support you in your endeavors?
I am No Turtle Soup 17 on every platform: Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the fuck people use. And that's that.
I'll follow you on Twitter. You're now followed on Twitter. I am Rosa, Composting Podcast. I do movie reviews. I'll be interviewing the director of Castration movie on there soon.
Oh, fucking sick.
Movies. Yeah, I love having my connections. I love my little connections. I like Twitter. I like Twitter a lot. You can follow me on my Twitter page. It is at TRADSLVT on Twitter.
Say the name.
Dude, every day, it's such a good at that I'll never change it. But I get put in these situations where I have to say my Twitter at.
You put yourself in situations where you have to say my Twitter at is this to professionals all the time.
I am a professional. You ever see that movie with Leon? He's like a pedophile with sunglasses.
Oh,
You know that one?
The defining aspect of the character pedophile with sunglasses.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie. I just know it's about a pedophile with sunglasses.
You're not wrong.
It's all I need to know. My @ is tratslut on Twitter, but the U is a V.
And I'm Dead Domain. You know what it is. You know where it is. On Twitter at Domain Dead. Unfortunately, I'm there less now. I deleted it and I've been weaning myself off of it because it's not.
Wow, you're
it's not
such a good
healthy.
person. You're
I
such
try.
a good person.
I'm okay, but you joke, but I'm genuinely trying because it is making me so negative and angry all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure
and
that's what it is.
I am trying to. Hey, you know what? I'm trying to live in my truth over here, and you're fucking with my aura. You're messing with my Zen thing.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and that's if you're watching this, you probably know where you can find my stuff. But with that, let's head into the second half.
Patreon, give us money now. Another hour of content being injected into your brain. See you there.